Welcome, everyone, to Intensity Broadcasting for FND Racing Friday Night at Talladega Superspeedway. I'm Atlee Atman Weiss, and I'll be your broadcaster for tonight's race featuring the Gander Outdoor Trucks and the exciting drivers from FND Racing. If you don't know what FND Racing is one of the oldest online racing simulation groups of any racing game simulation. Their roots go back to Sierra Papyrus's NASCAR 4, which debuted 10 days before Dale Earnhardt's death in 2001. The core of the group can be traced back to the Golem 38, which were 104-lap races that Monty Noyes hosted. Races back then were 104 laps. They then migrated to NASCAR 2002 and NASCAR 2003 before jumping to their current location at iRacing. They are not a league, although they have done the league thing before. They're just a group of guys who share the same passion of heart-pumping white-knuckle superspeedway racing. While they do have a team within the group, they will work with those who race with them win in other races. So if you're looking for great side-by-side racing with very few or even no cautions, then check FND Racing out. Our rooms are open, and unless you prove to be a bonehead, you're welcome to race with us. Now, I mentioned in there very few or even no cautions when I was talking about what kind of racing they have. Speaking of no cautions, if you were with us Tuesday night, you would know, or if you were not here with us on Tuesday, I'll give you a quick recap on last Tuesday night race. So on Tuesday, we saw Gabe Butler in the number 88 car win a caution-free race in the Gander Outdoor Trucks at Talladega, with Dale Willoughby coming in second, Maurice Johnson third, Mike Jenkins in fourth, and Tommy LaBarre getting the last spot on the podium. It was caution-free, and the first green flag pit stop got the field spread out. Dale Willoughby took the pole with a solid 54.939, and Eric Laurie had the fastest lap of the race with a 50.185 on lap 43. We had 12 lead changes among 6 different drivers, and Dale Willoughby led the most laps with 19. It's always a great race when you have a great group of guys that make it a quality race. Tonight we will have a 2-lap qualifier and a 75-lap race. And the broadcast tonight is brought to you by the sponsors of Atlee Weiss Racing. We'd like to thank them. Premier Heating and Air Services, Juan's Mexican Cafe and Cantina, Dayton Weiss State Farm, Go To Property Services, Smith Wraps and Graphics, Damon's Lawn Service and Landscaping, Motivated Auto Sales, Bobby's Auto Service Center, and Amsoil East Coast Synthetics. Thank you to all of our sponsors for supporting them, and maybe if you're interested in any of them, look them up. A few of them have Facebook pages. Great quality companies, all of them. Tonight, again, we are racing at Talladega Superspeedway. Now, Talladega Superspeedway lives up to its name. Out of all of the closed-circuit motorsports facilities in the world where sanctioned NASCAR auto races are held, in my opinion, it is the fastest. It was constructed by the France family's International Speedway Corporation, and it opened 10 years after Daytona International Speedway opened. But it does have a few differences. It's slightly longer at 2.66 miles, and it has steeper turns with a banking of 33 degrees. And that banking and length, it always guarantees record-setting speeds. The pole speed for NASCAR's first race in 1969 at Talladega was a stunning 199.466 miles per hour, and almost 30 miles per hour faster than what the Indy cars were lapping at Indianapolis Motor Speedway at the time. Now, the fastest ever time by any NASCAR driver was in 1987, but a lot of people say that it will likely stand forever. Bill Elliott set a 212.809 miles per hour lap in 1987. Talladega Superspeedway is still the fastest track on the schedule, and it holds the record for fastest 500-mile stock car race at 188.354 miles per hour. Mark Martin's winning speed in May 1997, and it always produces exciting fender-to-fender racing every year. Talladega also holds the record for most leaders in a 500-mile race and the most lead changes as well. Talladega Superspeedway hosts a variety of stock car racing events every year, and competing in high-speed packs at Talladega has proven to be challenging and exciting for iRacers. Very excited to be here in the virtual Talladega, Alabama, but it does look so real. Oh, we have a rule change. It's not going to be a 2-lap qualifier, a 1-lap qualifier. Excuse me. So now these drivers only are going to have 1 lap to qualify. Last race, Dale Willoughby took the pole. Who will take the pole tonight? We'll watch on the board and see who will be setting a time first. And will it be a fast time? That is the question. Qualifying, though, was only 1 minute in. Look and see what will be the first time on the board. It won't be as fast as it would have been if we would be doing 2 laps, but hopefully fast times ahead. Already 1 car on the track right now. You're looking at the number 2 car of Joseph Wright. A lot of other drivers are qualifying right now, so whenever he sets a time for a lap, a few other drivers should be setting times as well. Beautiful facility. Talladega Superspeedway is one of the longest NASCAR tracks besides road courses, and it's got very, very steep banking. And that's what makes it a fan favorite for racing fans and iRacers. If you ask someone what's their favorite iRacing track, a lot of them might actually say Talladega. Oh, already a few times are on the board. See who set the fastest. Tim Hamilton, 54.683 so far, but there are a few other drivers waiting to qualify. The question is, will they overtake Tim? That's the question. Oh, Eric Laurie got close, 54.710, not quite there. 10th off. Oh, Gabe Butler, the most dominant driver in FND Racing, he swoops in 54.669. Way to go, Gabe Butler. He won last race. He should be the guy. He should be the guy to beat this race. You never know, though. Anybody can win this race. And there's still a lot of qualifying time left. Drivers still can qualify. Brent Sargent, Brandon Jason, Lance Jason, Daniel Emmerdahl, Jason Yacht, and Steve Buhala all have not qualified yet. Any of them can overtake Gabe Butler. But once you see the qualifying time go past 54, then it's probably done, because not many drivers can set a time in that fast of a second. Oh, there goes a few other drivers on the board. Brandon Jason goes on the board. Lance Jason goes on the board. Still not quite as fast as Gabe Butler. I think he's got yep. I think he has it. Gabe Butler. Looks like he will be your pole sitter for tonight's race. That means nothing, though. Even if you're on the pole, maybe the infamous big one will strike. Or it could be caution-free. Something might go wrong. Anything can happen at Talladega Superspeedway. qualifying with 8 seconds left. Drivers should be finishing up their times right now. 4 drivers did not qualify, so they will be starting in the back half of the pack. And it's done. Let's do our starting order for the race, but first we'll wait for Rob Malone to give us the rules for the race. Tonight's starting order consists of, in the first position, Gabe Butler in the number 88 car set the pole. But right beside him is Tim Hamilton in the number 28. Starting in third is the number 071 of Eric Laurie. In fourth, it's the number 7 of Dale Willoughby. Fifth is David J. Houghton in the number 71. And in sixth, it's Jason Misner in the number 8. Seventh is Joe Delavecchia in the number 052. And in eighth, it's the number 77 car of Lance Jason. Starting in ninth, it's the number 42 of Eric Peck. Starting 10th, it's Tom LeBar in the number 99. In 11th, it's the number 52 of Paul Sheldon. In 12th, it's the 81 car of Josh Hall. Starting in 13th, it is Joseph Wright in the number 2. 14th, it's Doyle Lowrance in the number 25. Starting in 15th, it's Rob Malone in the number 83. And in 16th, it's Thomas Holder in the number 00. 17th is Donald Powers in the number 23. 18th is Brandon Jason in the number 13. In 19th, it's Everett Lane in the number 24. Starting in 20th, it's Paul Fletcher in the number 82. Starting in 21st, it's DJ Harris in the number 76. Starting 22nd is Robert David Ballantyne in the number 70. In 23rd, it's Donald Kendrick in the number 127. Starting 24th is Justin Wells in the number 14 machine. And that is your starting order for tonight's race. Switch to the leader gate. Excited for this race at Talladega Superspeedway. Lights on the pace car are off. Pace truck pulls in. Front row is Gabe Butler. Alongside him is the number 28 of Tim Hamilton. Only one can win. Waiting for the green flag to wave.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out here at Talladega Superspeedway. Front row is Gabe Butler and Tim Hamilton. Gabe Butler and Tim Hamilton start off. Watch for some lane switching starting up this race. See if anybody will switch lanes starting up here. A lot of shifting. Whoa, a lot of drivers going down on the apron. Rob Malone goes far down there onto the apron. Not sure what happened there. They might be trying to group up together with the FND team. There is an FND team. It consists of Dave Swindell, Joe Wright, Tim Hamilton, Daniel Lindahl, Robert David Valentine, DJ Harris, and Rob Malone, and Josh Hall. That's the FND team. But the top front guys are not part of the FND team. They want to hold their positions. They're not going to drop back there to drag with other people. Question is, will anybody else overtake? Tim Hamilton's on the top line. Behind him is Dale Willoughby, while Eric Laurie is behind Gabe Butler. Oh, there goes a car high. Woo! Got very awfully close to the wall. Josh Hall did. He swung up there in the straightaway. Oh, Tim Hamilton takes the lead. Our new leader is Tim Hamilton in the number 28 Havoline, and now that puts the number 7 genuine draft car of Dale Willoughby in as the leader. He's not the leader of the race, but the leader of the top line. Oh, Misner goes down. He makes contact with the 71 of David Houghton. No caution comes that. That was a very good save by David Misner. No caution has come out yet. So we're going to keep green flag racing here at Talladega Superspeedway. David Houghton looks to be okay as he moves up there to the high side. That was close there. I didn't expect for that to happen. Dave Misner would spin out, but it seems no caution has come out yet here at Talladega Superspeedway. There's that front pack. They're running single file right now. It consists of Tim Hamilton, Gabe Butler, Eric Laurie, Dale Willoughby, and Joe Della Vecchia. They're just trying to keep their cars clean, not making any moves. The field will get spread out if we go all the way until a green flag pit stop. Normally the fuel window is between 20 to 25 laps. We might even see drivers go a little bit earlier. Last race we saw somebody go to the pits and a few drivers go to the pits at lap number 17. But we're not even quite there yet. So no pitting yet. We're going to be running single file possibly for a long time. They might try to switch leaders for a little bit. But there's a lot of action in that backpack over there. Not having anything to do with that front pack. There's a lot of battling going on over there. If there's a caution that comes out, it'd most likely come over there. 52 car of Paul Sheldon is the leader of the top line. He seems to be doing very well. Behind him is Robert David Valentine. And behind him is Donald Powers. They're single file. They were battling for a little bit also. And they fell off the pace from the leaders. Look at that aerial view of the infield of Talladega and these drivers. They seem to be gaining a little bit on Joe Della Vecchia, who was the last car in that front car pack. They're not too far away. They're slowly gaining on them. They might start a third line. He's about 8/10 away from them. And look at that. He's reeling up Joe Della Vecchia in, and I think that group might try to go high and start that second pack or group or line, whatever you want to call it. They're right on the bumper though. He goes high. Yep, Paul Sheldon. He moves to the high side of Joe Della Vecchia. Will he take his comrades who have been drafting behind him with him? 70 of Robert Valentine. Oh, he's all the way up there by himself. The 70 car of Robert Valentine has left the 52 car hanging. That forces the 52 of Sheldon to move down into the bottom line. Josh Hall pulls high, just getting some fresh air. He pulls back down to the bottom line, and now we're single file again after a rally, but Paul Sheldon will not give up trying to get up there. He goes high. 23 car of Donald Powers goes up there to join him. Josh Hall, will he join Paul Sheldon and Donald up there, or will he stay down there? I think he's moving. Nope, he's going to stay down there. So it's just the 2-car pack of Sheldon and Powers sitting there on the high side that's too wide between him and the other cars. Any drivers like maybe Dale Willoughby, Eric Laurie might pull up there. And so if they get all the way up there to Tim Hamilton, ooh, Josh Hall, he's going to help them now. That makes this pack even faster. They're getting closer and closer and closer. Overtaking, they're going past the 052 of Joe Delavecchia. But it looks like Josh Hall dips back in to the bottom line. Oh, he moves back up, trying to decide. So watch out for the drafting here. These trucks cannot bump draft. See, it may look that they are very close to each other. It may look like they're bump drafting, but they're actually a little bit apart each other, because if they did bump draft, their cars would get loose. Here comes some other cars. Wow, the field is catching back up. Here goes Valentine. He moves to the high side. Looks like the other car, is that Tommy LaBar? Yes, that's Tommy LaBar. Tim Hamilton better watch out. Here comes the top line rallying up to him. It didn't take long for them to create a long line of drivers. There he goes, Paul Sheldon slowly catching up to the 28 car of Tim Hamilton. He's getting closer and closer. Rear quarter panel, he's on the side. This line has been formed. Oh, but they're falling a little bit behind. Seems like that top line is getting finally formed, but it's not always the line with the most drivers that's the fastest. One other driver that I didn't mention up there on the top line, Brandon Jason, is up there. Ooh, Tommy LaBar goes all the way. Oh, it was almost 3 wide. He pulls back down to line number 2. We're gonna say line number 2 in case there is somebody that goes up there and makes line number 3. Oh, that Josh Hall there. He got loose a little bit. He got very close to Dale Willoughby. He slid down. Tom LaBar moves to the high side. And I guess you could say we're 3 wide right now, though it's not too scary. For them, he's going to pull back down to the second line. He tried to think about going down to that very, very bottom line, but he did not, because the gap would close and it's not big enough for a truck. Trucks are a little bit smaller than the normal Cup cars, but they're just as fast. The average speed for these drivers right now should be around 199, 200 miles per hour. 200. Oh, it looks like they're catching up to lap cars right now. That top line is getting everything figured out, getting a lot of members, but they still have not got up there. Who's that? Oh, the 23 of Donald Powers moves up to the very, very high side. We're 3 wide again. He's running on the wall. And he's losing momentum. What happened there? Donald Powers pulls out of the line, and he's falling quickly off pace. That's what happens. You cannot just race by yourself. You need a drafting partner, and that's exactly what happened to Donald Powers. Not sure exactly what happened to Donald Powers. That 23 car. He was second in that top line, and then he quickly fell off pace. And now he's right there, catching up to the 24 of Everett Lane. He might just stick on his bumper for a little bit. coming up on some lap cars, or at least that I saw when I was looking at Donald Powers. Will they avoid it, or will they see trouble passing lap cars? That's the question. Eric Rory pulls a little bit out of line. He pulls back in. We see them. Paul Sheldon is not getting enough momentum. Will he catch up? Is that Donald Powers moving to the high side? Yeah, he moves up top. He catches up again. The cars that they are about to lap is the 2 car of Joseph Wright and the 83 car of Rob Malone. They jumped to the back of the pack early on in the race. And they so far avoided, were 3 wide again. They did a good job moving quickly out of the way of the faster cars so that there isn't a wreck caused. They're gonna pull in most likely with those back cars there. Donald Powers, he's back with us in the top line. He has been for a little while actually, but just now mentioning it. Looks like Dale Willoughby pulls up to the high side. He gets in front of Paul Sheldon. He's tired of waiting behind those other cars and he wants to get up front now. Will he make that momentum though? He gets side by side with Tim Hamilton. Anybody else gonna move to that top line to help? That Tim Hamilton, you see, they're side by side. If one of them maybe cuts down, anything can happen on board with Tim Hamilton. This is what it looks like to be on the back straightaway of Talladega Motor Speedway. So watching the turns when he's in the turns, it's going to look like he's tilting sideways. That was a good view. Dale Willoughby takes the lead over Tim Hamilton. New leader is Dale Willoughby. That puts Paul Sheldon as the leader on the top line. Now, the front straightaway isn't quite as banked, but you still get that tilt factor. We'll call it the tilt factor on the front straightaway. Another leader, Paul Sheldon, only led 1 lap. That puts Josh Hall as the leader of the top line now, trying to get up there in front of the 52 car. Paul Sheldon, will it happen though? Paul Sheldon has won 1 lap. Look right there, he's going about 188, 87 miles per hour right now. They're not quite even getting to what I said they were, 200 miles per hour. Right now at 17 laps, we're getting about to the fuel window where it's going to start to play a big factor. You'll see drivers start to pull in. There is the... Oh, 3 wide, 3 wide. Tommy LeBar moves up to the high side of... He looks to be on the 13 of Brandon Jason. So we're 3 wide. Is he gonna do a Donald Powers where he's gonna fall behind? Looks maybe Joseph Wright, he's also moving down there. There goes a car to the bottom line. And you're gonna see cars start to pit potentially soon. There goes the 127 of Donald Kendrick. He moves to the high side. Looks like Paul Sheldon is getting a little bit of a lead over Josh Hall now. Top line not getting quite as much momentum as it did have with Dale Willoughby as its leader or Paul Sheldon as its leader. Will any drivers pit this time by as the fuel window is getting closer and closer and closer? see anybody stopping this time. Do not. So another lap. Now these trucks can be a handful, but these drivers are doing a great job tonight, keeping it clean, doing a great job at driving these trucks, and maybe at the end of the race we'll see one of these drivers drive their truck to victory. Tom Labar moves to the high side again, 3 wide, into the turns. Will we pit this time by? Josh Hall on the top side. Will he have enough time to maybe make a pass on Paul Sheldon? Will we see anybody going to pit this time by? No, we do not. Still keeping it with now 20 laps to go on the board here. Laps down. So the fuel window is going to be 20 to 25 laps. We'll see drivers start pulling in, but not before Josh Hall gets the lead over Paul Sheldon. That now puts Brandon Jason as the new leader of the top line. Will anybody pit this time by? Oh, the 23 car. Oh, Joseph Wright cautions out. We're not going to need a green flag pit stop. Let's. Mm-hmm. 23 looked to be the main involvement of the wreck. We'll do it in slow motion to get the full picture on what happened. There's. Here we are. So the 23 car is on the high side, drafting behind Lance Jason. And looks like some sparks come from behind his truck. Then as we go into the front straightaway, slides down, makes contact with Dale Willoughby. Hits the wall, then makes contact with Joseph Wright. There we go. Donald Powers, Joseph Wright, 2 drivers involved in that accident. He's going to get his car fixed up. Tonight, the cars have 3 resets. Donald Powers is going to have to use one of those. Luckily, he does have 3, though, and that's plenty for driving. Here goes the leaders into the pits. Let's watch the race off of pit road to see who will win the race off of pit road. Will it be a competitive race? Let's see. Drivers pulling in. One by one they go into pit lane. Oh, looks like, who is that? The 127 of Donald Kendricks. Paul Sheldon finishes second. Yo, Dale Willoughby third. Jason, the other Jason, Hamilton, and a lot of other drivers that I can't spit their name off fast enough. Here goes Rindal, Delavecchia, and Lori. That was the race off of pit road. Look at that. A lot of fans here. Talladega, wonderful facility. Waiting for everything to reset with the cars, all the order. Let's talk to we're going to try to talk to 81 car of Josh Hall. And he's having a good run. Hey Josh, this is Atlee in the booth. Is this a good time? Couldn't catch Josh Hall there. Still having a great run. Let's see if we can talk to Joe Wright and ask him what happened there. An accident. Let's try Josh again.
It looks like you're muted in here. There you go.
Every time he grabs me, I mute. That's really weird.
You should be clear now. I unmuted you. You're in the broadcast booth with Atlee.
So hey Josh, you're having a great run so far. Talk to the viewers about your strategy and what we should see coming in the coming laps of this race.
Well, it's basically just staying up front, staying out of trouble. These do tend to be fuel mileage races, so sometimes you just gotta play the cards as they get dealt to you. So stay in the draft, stay out of trouble, keep the nose clean, and keep it up front. That's my goal for the.
Well, you're doing a great job. We wish you good luck in the rest of this race, and thank you for your time.
Thanks, Atlee. Have a great one.
You too. We also have Joseph Wright here in that number 2 car. Joe, what happened there in that previous accident?
Oh, I was just trying to stay out of the wreck there by missing the start, and then I got caught up right up in it. I didn't even see it happen. I just hit the guy in front of me, and then I blew up. So I towed 4 minutes, and we'll get back going here. 10 seconds to go, so I got to get back in there. Atlee, have a good race, buddy.
All right, you too. We got 2 interviews with 2 drivers. One is having, it's kind of like night and day with the experiences going on from those 2 drivers. 81 of Josh Hall is having a great race, while Joseph Wright has not been having the greatest of races. Gotten that previous accident with Powers, Donald Powers, in that 23 car. It was a shame that we saw that accident there. Right now, we're gonna wait for our rankings to shake up, and we'll get our current standings before the restart. I believe next time by, the lights on the pace car will go off. I am anticipating. Let's look at some of the paint schemes. Nice paint scheme for the 7 car of Dale Willoughby. The 7 car looks exactly like Rusty Wallace's old Miller Genuine Draft car. Beside him is the 13 Cessna car. I believe Jamie McMurray's ran that before. Nice car. Beside him, I don't remember a Guinness beer car in NASCAR, but still great paint scheme for Gabe Butler. Another new paint scheme, not NASCAR related, is the 77 Truck Pence 2020 car of Lance Jason. We got a cool Davey Allison and some of the other drivers that have ran in the Hoveline car, 28 Hoveline car. Great car. And beside him is that 99 Bic car. And a lot of others. So let's go over our current running order before the restart. First position is Dale Willoughby. Second is Brandon Jason. Third is Gabe Butler. Fourth is Lance Jason. Fifth is Tom Barr. And sixth, it's Tim Hamilton. Seventh is Josh Hall. Eighth is Paul Fletcher. Ninth is Everett Lane. 10th is Thomas Holder. In 11th is Doyle Lowrance. In 12th, it's Eric Laurie. 13th is DJ Harris. 14th is Joe Delavecchia. In 15th, Paul Sheldon. 16th is Justin Wells. 17th is Robert David Ballantyne. 18th is Jason Yacht. 19th is Rob Malone. 20th is Brent Sargent. 21st is Daniel Emrandall. 22nd is Donald Kendrick. 23rd is Joseph Wright. 24th is Donald Powers. 25th is Jason Misner. 26th is Eric Peck. 27th is David Houghton. And 28th is Steve Buhala. The race off of pit road was very close. Willoughby won it. But that means nothing right now as we're about to get the restart and passes will be made. Waiting for the flag man.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out here at Talladega Superspeedway. Front row is Dale Willoughby and Brandon Jason. Will we see any moves so far in the pack? Anybody going to move to that bottom line? Huge gap between 28 car and the other car. I can't quite see his number. That's the 7. No, that's not Dale Willoughby. I don't know who that is. Oh, the 5th. That's the 25 of Doyle Lawrence. Oh, there goes Hall into the bottom line. A gap has been filled now on the bottom line. But now there's a gap in the top line. Anybody going to go up there and fill it? Anybody going to go? We haven't seen a field separation like we did that last restart, keeping it safe so far. Quick look at the 7 car of Dale Willoughby. Great paint scheme again, replicating Rusty Wallace's Miller Genuine Draft car. And this is that's not his view, but this is what it looked like if we attached a GoPro to the front of his truck. Now if we do gyro cam, that's actually what it looks like. This is his view right here. This is his view. Look, as you see right now, he's slanted in those 33-degree banked turns. Now he's back to normal. There it is. This is what it looks like for Dale Willoughby when he is racing on his whatever his simulator is, whether it's just a fold-up chair and a wheel or if he has a rig. This is what it looks like in his view, and we're letting you guys have his view also. Whoa, we're 3 wide. The 82, 99, and 81. It looks like Josh Hall, Paul Fletcher, and Tommy LeBar were 3 wide between those drivers. And now there's another car. The 24 of Everett Lane makes that 2 different sections where we're 3 wide. This is getting crazy. If one of those cars get loose, that would be a big wreck. Looks like we're not 3 wide anymore. Is this front pack right here starting to run away from the others? Eric Laurie, though, is starting to close in the gap between him and the 28.99 of LeBar and Hamilton. He's getting down to, he's going to stay there on the bottom. Looks like the pack is starting to catch up again. That top line only has 3 drivers right now, though. That doesn't exactly matter, though. Catching up now is the 82 Fletcher. Lawrence is coming up. 70 of Robert David Ballantyne is also getting up there. Here comes Holder as well. He tried to pull high. He pulls back down behind. Whoa! Hamilton! Oh, into Hall. Wow. That was crazy. Let's watch that again. So there it is. The 99 of LeBar hit Lance Jason in the bumper. Like we said, they can't bump draft. If they do, they get loose. Tommy LeBar did exactly what not to do, and he bumped, whether it was on accident or not. Then Lance Jason pulls down. We won't see. Then he gets contact with Tim Hamilton, and poor Robert David Ballantyne. He had nowhere to go. And then he hits LeBar again. Oh, Hall gets hit. Then 82 Paul Fletcher hits. Oh, wow. That has to be the big one. That was crazy. A lot of drivers getting involved in that one. Looks like the leader made it through. Jason made it through. A few of those drivers are going to have to use 1 out of their 3 resets, and a few of them, Donald Powers nor Joseph Wright were not in that one. So I don't think these guys will only have to use 1 out of their 3 resets, but this might not be good if they get in 2 other wrecks. Then they'll have to use all 3 of their resets, and then they'll run out. But it will shake up the field. You're right. And 3 resets is very generous. That is a lot of resets, but if you do get in a lot of wrecks, it could be unfortunate. So while we're under this little break here, let's talk about FND Racing again. FND Racing is one of the oldest online racing simulation groups of any racing game simulation. Their roots go back to Sierra Papyrus's NASCAR 4, which debuted 10 days before Dale Earnhardt's death. The core of the group can be traced back to the Golem 38, 100, which were 104-lap races that Monty Noise hosted. Races back then were 104 laps. They then migrated to NASCAR 2002 and NASCAR 2003 before jumping to their current location at iRacing. They are not a league, although they have done the league thing before. They're now just a group of guys who endured the same passion of heart-pumping white-knuckle superspeedway racing. While they do have a team within the group, they will work with those who race with them when in other races. So if you're looking for great side-by-side racing with very few or even no cautions, then check FND Racing out. The rooms are always open, and unless you prove to be a bonehead, you're welcome to race with us. Right now, the race off of pit road is... all the drivers right now are getting off. I didn't quite see who won it. There we go. Dale Willoughby won the race off of pit road. Followed behind him is Gabe Butler. Jason was 3rd. Eric Laurie finished 4th. The Della Vecchia finished 5th. Lowrance finished 6th. LeBar 7th. Yacht 8th. Lane 9th. And DJ Harris was in the 10th position. So if you pit now, like some of these drivers that we've just seen, you should only need 1 more pit stop for fuel. And we'll see if that comes into play. Though, when we were interviewing Josh Hall, he did say, though, that a lot of these races do come down to fuel mileage finishes. Could that happen today? I don't know. I can't predict the future, but it is definitely in the question. These races are unpredictable. We were talking about a fuel mileage finish on Tuesday. It didn't happen. It's more, though, common in these 75-lap races. Again, we would like to thank the following sponsors for their support and for supporting Intensity Broadcasting: Premier Heating and Air Services, Juan's Mexican Cafe and Cantina, Dayton Waste State Farm, Go To Property Services, Smith Wraps and Graphics, Damon's Lawn Service and Landscaping, Motivated Auto Sales, Bobby's Auto Service Center, and Amsoil East Coast Synthetics. Thank you to all of those sponsors for their support to Intensity Broadcasting and Atlee Weiss Racing. Next time by, let's see if the lights on the pace truck go off. They do not, so we're going to keep under yellow for a little bit longer. Let some of those drivers that were involved in the previous wreck catch back up to the field. Looks like, yeah, Joe Wright is back on the lead lap. We talked to him earlier. He was talking about how he had to tow for 4 minutes. He was 2 laps down. He's back, though. He's back on the lead lap. We wished him good luck. And he was 2 laps down, but here he is. He's back on the lead lap. The 17th, 2 car of Joseph Wright. Some Joseph Wright fans are going to be rooting for him to try to make a comeback in this race. Is it possible, though? There's a lot of race left. I don't know, though. He's pretty far back. But a miracle could happen. There could be another big one, and he might make it through it. He'd go all the way to the front of the field. Anything can happen here at Talladega Superspeedway. One thing to keep in mind, let's kind of look and see if anybody goes and tops off their field. There goes a car. 82 of Paul Fletcher gets waved around by the pace car. Will anybody go to the pits to top off their fuel? We're looking here just in case. We see Gabe Butler peeking. There goes Thomas Holder. He's getting his lap back. We're waiting to see. On the apron, will anybody go to top off their fuel? No, looks like nobody goes down to the pits to top off their fuel. Oh, one person does. Jason Yacht, Daniel Rendall goes to top off the fuel. Josh Hall, Joseph Wright. So these cars, yeah, these cars are in the back, so they're betting that if they go right now, they could make it to the end of the race with only one more stop. Interesting strategy. So yeah, they are already in the back of the pack, so if they do go in, it won't hurt them at all. Right's going off. All the drivers are going off. Oh, little spin on pit road there. Lights on the pace car have gone off, so let's talk restart order. Dale Willoughby in the first position. Second is Gabe Butler. Third is Brandon Jason. Fourth is Eric Laurie. Fifth is Doyle Lawrence. And sixth, looks like Joe Della Vecchia is in fifth, and Doyle Lawrence is in sixth. Seventh is Tom LaBar. Eighth is Everett Lane. Ninth is DJ Harris. 10th is Tim Hamilton. 11th is Lance Jason. 12th is Justin Wells. 13th is Paul Sheldon. 14th is Jason Yacht. 16th is Joseph Wright. 16th is Jason Yacht. 17th is Josh Hall. 18th is Robert Valentine. 19th is Paul Fletcher. 20th is Thomas Holder. 21st is Rob Malone. 22nd is Brent Sargent. 23rd is Donald Kendrick. Waiting for the pace truck to pull in. Front row are both Silverados, and they're both sponsored by beer companies, so maybe we could call this front row battle the battle of the beers. I guess you could say that. Miller versus Guinness. Dale Willoughby versus Gabe Butler on this restart. Pace truck pulls in.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out here at Talladega Superspeedway again. Front row is Dale Willoughby and Gabe Butler. Now drivers can start switching lanes, and will we see any of it? That's the question. Gabe Butler moves down to the bottom line. That now puts Eric Laurie as the leader of the top line. Interesting move there by Gabe Butler. He was the leader of the top line. There goes Tom Labar taking advantage of it, but he doesn't want, whoa, a lot of people, whoa, 76 of DJ Harris, Tom Labar, then Gabe Butler moves up. A lot of drivers moving up to the top line. Anybody else, though? That is the question that we're going to be looking out for. Yanni's up there. Oh, yeah, well, we were 3 wide. The 76 car, oh, yeah. There goes Butler. He takes the lead over Dale Willoughby. That now puts Tommy Labar as the new leader of the top line. Can Gabe Butler win 2 in a row? He won last Tuesday, well, this Tuesday's race at same track, same car, Talladega. He seems to be the car to beat out here, and he takes the lead. Tom Labar should be even more determined to prevent him from winning 2 in a row, and he wants to win in that number 99 Bic car, but can he make his way all the way up past the 88 car? That is the question. Look at that. He's getting very close. You can't bump draft, but he's getting very close to the bumper of Tom Labar. They're getting very, 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 very close to each other. And like I said, you can't bump draft. Oh, something happened there. 76 car got loose. DJ Harris, and he is going to have to get back in line. What happened there? I do not know. He must have gotten loose. And he'll fall all the way back to the back of the pack. Unfortunate for DJ Harris, got loose. Luckily, though, no caution has came out yet. Good save. Yeah, I guess you could call it a save for DJ Harris, but he'll get back with the pack. Still watching to see if anybody's going to move up to the top line. Whoa, there's a third line getting formed. Are we 3 wide? Yes, we are 3 wide. Another driver moves up there to the third line. So it's Joseph Wright. Who was that? That's Everett Lane. Everett Lane moves up there to the third line. Wow, we're 3 wide here at Talladega Superspeedway. Some drivers are getting awfully adventurous, starting the third line. Oh, but Joseph Wright, he pulls back down to the middle line. Rendall peaked. He didn't make it up there to the third line. I guess we're not 3 wide anymore. Yeah, we're not 3 wide anymore. The third line lasted for a little bit. Looks like Rendall and Wright, they might be moving up to the top line. Yeah, they're in that third space there. They're most likely going to move down to the middle line. Yes, they are. So it's back down to only 2 lines. Oh yeah, Rendall, we're 3 wide between Yacht, Hall, and Wright. Rendall, oh, we're 3 wide. They got so close. And that's not good for Wright as he keeps falling and falling and falling behind. He'll have to pull in behind maybe Harris. Rendall has maintained up there. He should be able to pull in front of Thomas Holder. Still, Tom Labar is the leader of the top line. And still, Gabe Butler is the leader of the bottom line and the leader of this race. Ooh, a lot of drivers moving up. We haven't seen a legitimate dominant third line. There goes Josh Hall moving up to the middle line. Will that be a good decision, though? He was at one point at the front of the field. And a lot of these drivers were, they've led laps before. Who's that? Everett Lane. And we're 3 wide again. He moves up to the high side. isn't it? Looks like there's a third line forming up there. It's Hall, Yacht, Rindal. They seem to be forming a third line up there as we're 3 wide. This could start something. All of those drivers, they got awfully close. Josh Hall got awfully close. Paul Sheldon. What I was going to say before that happened was that these 3 drivers that are trying to start that third line are all part of the FND team. Hall, Yacht, and Rindal, they all are part of the FND team. And DJ Harris is. Oh, they're falling behind from the other drivers. There goes the 77 of Lance Jason. He moves up to the middle line. That should give it a little bit. Now, one thing is it is so hard to hold a straight line in these trucks. You see they keep moving back and forth, back and forth. Watch, like Eric Lorre, he's not staying dead on the bumper. He's like moving around. It's very hard to stay in a straight line in these trucks when you're drafting on another driver. Here comes some drivers catching up again. Hall catches up. Yod is catching up. Rindal is catching up to the field. And looks like Harris is up there and Wright is up there too. Oh, somebody gets adventurous. Who is that? That's Hall. That's Josh Hall. He moves up to the high side. Yacht moves up to the high side. You see Rindal move up to the high side again. They couldn't make it work again. They get a little bit of momentum and they fall back down to the middle line. They're trying. They are really trying to start that third line. They haven't quite been successful yet. As it is it is a risk to take whenever you're starting a third line. Ooh, he goes off. Oh, that might have cost. Lance Jason moves high to the high side. 3 wide in the straightaway with Lance Jason. We're still 3 wide going into the turns. And we are not 3 wide anymore. Speculation is that he overheated. And he needed to get some clean air. Closer and closer to the end of the race, but still a lot more to go, and that means a lot more shifting around from line to line. Let's watch and see if anybody does it. The chopper cam, now it's a high view of all the action going on the track. The blimp cam and all of the action. This is what it looked like if, for say, you'd be in the Goodyear blimp flying over the track. What a view. See all the motorhomes in the infield. Definitely the crowd is crazy right now. Record, wish we could be there. It'd be a fun trip due to the current circumstances right now. No racing is going on right now, but it's definitely helped iRacing get a lot of revenue, and their sales are rising, and right now, and they've been doing deals like 50% off membership. Membership, it really isn't that much. It's like $15 a month. It's a great program if you are a racing fan and you don't have quite enough money to go actually out to the track and race, or if you're not good enough and you just want to have some fun. It's good for the biggest racing fans out there. And not even racing fans, actual drivers use it to practice. It's a simulation video game, and people, whoa, Tim Hamilton. Caution comes out. What? That was Tim Hamilton, 28 car. Let's see what happens. Tim Hamilton. Oh, it wasn't him. Rendall got loose. Was there any contact made by the 37 machine? I don't believe so. Well, we did say before that they can't bump draft. Is there a good angle? Anyway. Rendall pulls down, hits the 28 of Tim Hamilton, and he slides and hits DJ Harris. Jason's involved in that one. Ooh, and then Paul Fletcher had nowhere to go. They must have had to use a reset there. Those front drivers, though, made it through. Paul Fletcher's going to have to go to the pits there. DJ Harris going to the pits. Tim Hamilton going to the pits. And continuing on, talking about iRacing, you can test and you can just race out there alone, try to set the fastest time. You can practice and it doesn't do anything to your iRating. Ooh, drivers going down into pit road. Let's watch the race off of pit road. A lot of drivers going onto pit road. 2 drivers stay out. And watch and see how this plays out. Oh. Who wins the race? 70 of Ballantyne wins the race off pit road. Get most of the drivers off, and then we will say the race off of pit road. All right, so the race off pit road is finished. 70 of Robert Ballantyne wins. Second was Willoughby. Third was Brandon Jason. Fourth was Gabe Butler. Fifth was Eric Laurie. Sixth was Joe Delvecchia. Seventh was Doyle Lawrence. Eighth was Thomas Labar. Ninth was Joseph Wright. And 10th was Everett Lane. Very exciting race off of pit road. Winner was Robert David Ballantyne in that number 70 machine. Great job to him for making it off of pit road. Oh, he did not. Robert Ballantyne did not take any fuel. I'm hearing. There's those 2 cars that stayed out. 82 of Paul Fletcher stayed out. And the number 00 of Thomas Holder stayed out. See if anybody gets waved by the pace car. You'd think they're going to go into the pits now. Holder and Brandon Jason goes back into pit lane. Leaders, though, stay out some more. So the fuel window is going to be super close. It's going to be hard to tell. It's going to be luck if these drivers are going to make it to the end. They'll be lucky if they do, and they'll be unfortunate if they don't. The question is, will they? If there's another caution, they might go in, but we do not know. The strategies of these drivers are very unpredictable. It's hard to tell sometimes what they're gonna do. You never know what they might do. Will anybody top off their fuel? I believe those drivers did get wave bys. Paul Fletcher and Thomas Holder, yeah, they got wave by. Anybody going to top off? Oh, yep, somebody does. Robert Ballantyne. Joseph Wright goes in. Josh Hall. Jason Yacht. Tim Hamilton. DJ Harris. All of those drivers go in the pit road to top off their fuel. So the lights on the pace car have gone off. So let's go over our restart order for the restart. In first, it's Dale Willoughby. Second is Gabe Butler. Third is Eric Laurie. Fourth is Joe Delavecchia. Fifth is Doyle Lawrence. In sixth, it's Tom LeBar. Seventh is Everett Lane. Eighth is Paul Sheldon. Ninth is Justin Wells. 10th is Josh Hall. 11th is Tim Hamilton. 12th is DJ Harris. 13th is Jason Yacht. 14th is Joseph Wright. 15th is Robert David Ballantyne. 16th is Paul Fletcher. 17th is Thomas Holder. 18th is Lance Jason. And 19th is Daniel M. Rindall. Lights on the pace truck have gone off. So if we go green for the rest of the race, they may not have enough fuel to make it to the end. And that could play a big factor to who wins and loses this race. Some of those drivers who topped off fuel might have a good strategy. Some of these drivers who stayed out again might have good strategies. Everybody has different strategies, and some work and some don't. Pace truck pulls in. It's now up to the flag man. When he waves that green flag, we'll be racing again, front row. It's another battle of the beers between Butler and Willoughby, number 7 versus number 88. Let's watch and see how this all plays out.
Green, green, green.
Green flags down here at Talladega Superspeedway. Front row is Gabe Butler and Dale Willoughby, but anybody can win. Oh, and he turns. Joe Delavecchia spins. No caution, though. So we'll continue on racing. And we're 3 wide right now between Sheldon, Lawrence, and not anymore though, but we were 3 wide at one point as Sheldon should be pulling into the top line. Look at that. The top line is very fast as Butler Labar, and Lawrence all clear Dale Willoughby. And only it's just that first car that cleared the bottom line leader, but no, that puts Paul Sheldon as the new leader of the top line. Anybody gonna come with him and join him up there? That's gonna be these drivers' decisions. Will they want to do it or will they not? That is the question. There goes DJ Harris. He moves up there behind the 14 of Justin Wells. It seems that the bottom 5 are gonna stay there though, stay put for now, as there isn't really any space for them to move up there. There goes Tim Hamilton. He moves up a little bit, but he's gonna stay put in the top line, going in to the front straightaway. We've regained members now. Another member on the bottom line now. 70 of Robert David Valentine joins them on the bottom line. Look at that, the infield, the blimp cam. It was nice to see the blimp's perspective of what's going on the track, and it's great action. Getting closer and closer when it's to lap 55, and that'll be 21 laps to go, since lap 75 does count as a lap. Lap 54 on the board. I keep thinking this is a night race because it's nighttime right now, but it's in the daytime in Talladega, Alabama. So yeah, it's still technically a Friday night race here at Talladega Superspeedway. Continuing on with the iRacing discussion, you can join races, race from people from all over the world. There's different series with different cars, different tracks. Race with your friends. There's tournaments as well, but I don't know as much about tournaments. You can watch races. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm in iRacing watching a race. You can watch your friends race, or if you want to watch your friends race and you want to spot for them, you can spot for your friend if they're racing. So many cool things you can do in iRacing in only like $15 a month. Recommended if you're a racing fan. Watch TV tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. There's going to be iRacing races on the television, the NTT IndyCars, and also Sundays the NASCAR drivers. So stay tuned on that, and you can see. Last week we were at Talladega, so it was it's like this, except for they were racing in cup cars. 52 of Paul Sheldon has them cleared, and Paul Sheldon is your new leader here at Talladega Superspeedway. That puts the 24 of Everett Lane now as the leader of the top line, and behind him is Tim Hamilton. We're now 21 laps to go into this race. Oh, here comes Thomas Holder and the 82 of Paul Fletcher on the high side. They're moving in, starting that third line, 3 wide, going into the turns. And this could get exciting, this Holder and Fletcher. It's not a lot of cars, though, to get up there. And we are not 3 wide anymore. He's going to pull into the middle wide. Who was that? Somebody moves up high. Oh, he's going to pull back in. Oh, no! Oh no. Wait. How are we still under green? We're still under green. Wow, that was a large wreck, but somehow we're still under green right now. I don't know how. That was a large wreck, but we're still under green, having some fun here at Talladega Superspeedway, as there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars in this little pack right here. Is Paul Sheldon, and then there's also Dale Willoughby, he's there. Here's Rendall, here's Josh Hall, and then there's Yacht and Joseph Wright. And they're all racing for contention in this race. And it should get exciting as we're nearing 10 laps to go. $17 laps to go on the board. As they're lapping Joe Delvecchia, I believe he was involved in that previous accident. Oh, looks like Lance Jason is coming up on Paul Sheldon. He's the leader of the top line. Joe Delvecchia might just pull in there and maybe draft. Or no, he's not quite on pace with the other drivers. He should be going 1 lap down now. That now puts 13 cars on the lead lap. Here goes Gabe Butler. Yeah, he's going in for some fuel. Will the strategy work for him? There goes Dale Willoughby also with him. Oh, lead change, lead change. Looks like there he is. Paul Sheldon gets overtaken by Holder and Jason. No, excuse me, Jason and oh, there goes Everett Lane. He pulls up to the middle. And now that puts Lance Jason as the leader of the bottom line. Going in. Any of these drivers gonna dip in and pit like Butler and Willoughby did? No. They are not. Still keeping green flag racing with the front pack. Exciting racing between the two lines up there. As we're now 15 laps to go on the board right now. Lane's starting to fall behind. The top line is not working. They're nearing Eric Laurie. He should move to the tippy top so they can get under him. They do. Still not single file yet, as that top line of Lane and Holder are still trying to get up there to Lance Jason. Eric Laurie, he'll join Delvecchia as the 2 lap cars. That now puts only 12 cars on the lead lap. I do see a little slow car up there. There's some action going on back there as well. As Jason Yacht and Joseph Wright, Rendall, Josh Hall, they're also all on the lead lap, and they're very close behind, though they're not up there in the pack, I guess you could say. Side by side. coming down to the wire. Nearing 10 laps to go. Side by side between Lane. There he goes. Clear. Everett Lane clears Lance Jason. And that now puts Thomas Holder as the leader of the top line. Lapped car Eric Laurie is trying to help Holder get up there. And they're a very fast duo. Here goes Thomas Holder to the bottom line, and we're now single file with the lap cars, and with the on the lead lap cars. Well, all the lap cars are going high. So we're single file now. They're nearing a lap car up there. I believe that's Paul Fletcher. Very close to him. This should get interesting with fuel on the line right now. There's Thomas Holder in that number 00 Pennzoil Chevrolet Silverado. He is just moving along. Now, one thing to look at, we're going to ask ourselves, who has the highest I rating out of all of these drivers? It is Jason Yacht with a 5,095 I rating. That is pretty good. Jason Yacht is a great driver, and his I rating shows. That is your highest I rating driver of that race. There he is in the old bow tie Chevrolet Silverado number 74 car. He's back there. He's not with the leaders. He's on the bumper of DJ Harris back there. 10 laps to go now, officially on the board. This should get interesting with fuel on the line. Strategies vary, but will they be good strategies, and will they work? That's the question. Will anybody go in for fuel, or will they try to run it out? That's the question. They stay out this time, leading the cars to 9 laps to go. Nobody goes in. Nobody goes in. 9 laps to go. Still single file in the turns. Nobody trying to make moves on each other. Trying to keep it clean till the end of the race. Top threes: Holder, Everett Lane, and Lance Jason. This could get interesting. Will anybody pit this time by? And they will. Thomas Holder goes in. Oh no! Everett,
Caution. Yellow
Lance
flag.
Jason, caution's out. After that accident. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was crazy. Whoa. That looks like Lance Jason. Watch the 77 car. We'll rewind back. Well, what happened? There's the 77 car of Lance Jason. He makes contact with the Paul Sheldon. Paul Sheldon. I want to watch that 52 car and see if they made any contact. Sheldon, there he is, right there. 52 car. Watch him. Must have gotten a push. 52 from Eric Laurie. And then let's watch the aftermath of what happened. Goes, boom. Holder, everybody. Oh, poor Joe Wright. Oh, no. Josh Hall sliding through the grass. Wow. That was crazy. Did not expect that happen. They're on pit road right now. Maybe it was good that Tim Hamilton stayed out. He's probably going to go in this time by. Wow, I certainly was not expecting that. Crazy wreck going into the pits. Another driver that made it through. Gabe Butler, he made it through. Rendall made it through. Harris made it through. Jason Yacht made it through. Tim Hamilton made it through. These are the drivers. What should I ask? Let's see who he did. Who should I? Just pick someone. Rendall, what should I ask? See what happens here in the coming laps as we're getting in closer and closer. So will any of these drivers pit? We're going to talk to Josh Hall and ask him if he would have made it. Hey, Josh Hall, this is Atlee in the booth. Did you have any time for this?
Sure.
So, you were racing in the fuel mileage, so would you have made it on fuel if that caution hadn't have came out?
It would have been really tight. We were trying to save as much as we could there, but it was really.
So what's going to be your strategy for the restart?
Well, my strategy is try to get up there, get up to the front as quick as I can, and hopefully stay out there, and hopefully they don't wreck, and try salvage out a nice finish here.
All right, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Josh Hall, he said, try to get a good restart. Let's see what happens. There's Joseph Wright. He was involved in that previous wreck. He's getting his lap back, I believe. Thing we are looking for is if any of these drivers are going to pit. 6 laps to go right now. Some drivers are moving down to the apron. That could be a sign of pitting. Looking to see what these drivers will do. Will they pit? Will they not? That's the question. Do they think they can make it to the end, or are they going to play it safe and go in? So this caution is one of the things that these drivers were hoping for in order to save fuel, because they're not running as fast as they would have been. Anybody gonna go in? Let's see. Drivers are staying out. Five laps to go on the board. The light on the pace car has gone off. So we're going to talk restart order. First position, it's Tim Hamilton. Second is DJ Harris. Third is Jason Yacht. Fourth is Daniel Imrindal. Fifth is Dale Willoughby. Fifth is Gabe Butler. Sixth is Dale Willoughby. Seventh is Josh Hall. Eighth is Eric Laurie. Ninth is Lance Jason. 10th is Joe Della Vecchia. 11th is Thomas Holder. 12th is Everett Lane. 13th is Robert David Ballantyne. 14th is Joseph Wright. 16th is Paul Fletcher. 17th, Brandon Jason. 18th, Tom LeBar. Those are your drivers. He's led 18 laps tonight. Tim Hamilton, iRating of 4,046. And then, but still, he's not the only driver who can win this. It's gonna come down to the wire. Who will win this? 14 cars on the lead lap, which means 14 drivers can win this thing. When we restart, it'll be 4 laps to go. A 4-lap to go rally. If there's a caution, most likely it'll go down to a green, white, checkered. Anything can certainly happen here. Front row, the 28 Havoline Chevrolet Silverado, Tim Hamilton. Beside him, DJ Harris, the number 76, no sponsor, Chevrolet Silverado. What's going to happen? Nobody knows. Behind him, Jason Yacht and Daniel Randall. Pace truck pulls in.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out here at Talladega Superspeedway. Front row is the 28 and 76 of DJ Harris and Tim Hamilton. Lane switching. Watch the lane switching. It's going to be up and down, competitiveness. We're into 5 laps to go, and we're going to start seeing moves be made to try to get up to the front. The competitiveness of these drivers is going to be at an all-time high right now. These drivers are really wanting to win because they know that they only have 4 laps to do so. There goes some drivers to the high side. Oh, that was close. Some drivers going to the tippy top. 3 wide into the turns. Between Butler and Holder and Wright with 3 wide. Hamilton remains in the lead. Josh Hall is the new leader of the middle line. We're 3 wide. It's a top lane, a bottom lane. 3 laps to go. Going into the turns, we're 3 wide with Randall, Hall, and Tim Hamilton. This is coming down to the wire, folks. Into the turn, into the straightaway. Any other moves to be made? Oh, but that was just trying to get a move there. Here comes Randall and Butler. They move down to the bottom, or will they try to stay up there in the top? They're going to try to block the others. Randall moves down to the bottom, while Butler's going to stay in the middle still. There's also a top line. Butler gets that little bit of the advantage. He's going to pull down in front of Randall. Now the third line is making a comeback again. And now we're 2 laps to go. Josh Hall. He's up there. Beside him is Dale Willoughby. He's going to stay in that middle line, not going to try to block. Oh, he does. Harris moves down with them. What happened? Whoa. There, Rendola goes onto the apron. The middle line, something, it's getting smaller and smaller, and Robert David Valentine is there. Close to the final lap. What is going to happen here? Anything. That's what's going to happen. And 1 lap to go. Josh Hall's in the lead, but still anybody can win. Oh, Josh Hall! Whoa! Oh, he gets pulls off. Oh, caution, caution, caution. Well, no, caution's not out. Oh, wreck. Whoa. That now leaves Jason Yacht and Everett Lane out there. They're going to try to fight for that win. Who will win? Will it be Everett Lane or Jason Yacht? They're side by side into the turns, which means it's still anybody's game. The little advantage that Jason Yacht could not last for long. Oh, they get very close. They bump in the tri-oval. Yacht with the advantage still. They're side by side, down to the line. Who will win? No! Was that Lane? Everett Lane! Wow, what? 14, well, that was 14 hundredths of a second. Crazy. Let's look at that finish. Look at that. 24. Look at that. 14. 1/100th of a second. Couldn't have asked for a better finish, even if it was between 2 cars. Sometimes it's going to come down to that. Everett Lane in the 24 is going to pull into the grass and do his burnout. Look at that. Great win today for Everett Lane. Woo! Nice burnouts there for that 24 car, and he deserves that. He may not have led the most laps in this race, and he may not have been the fastest car, but he did lead the lap that counted the most. He led the lap that counted the most. He only led 1 lap, and it was this lap right here. Everett Lane only led 1 lap, and it was this final lap right here. Woo! Look at that. Finishing results, Everett Lane in the first position, Jason Yacht in second. Third is Joe Dellavecchia. Fourth is Tim Hamilton. Fifth is Robert David Ballantyne. Sixth is Thomas Holder. Seventh is Joseph Wright. Eighth is Lance Jason. Ninth is Josh Hall. 10th is Dale Willoughby. 11th is Gabe Butler. 12th is Eric Laurie. 13th is Daniel Limberdahl. 14th is DJ Harris. 15th is Paul Fletcher. 16th is Paul Sheldon. 17th is Brandon Jason. 18th is Thomas Barr. 19th is Doyle Lawrence. 20th is Justin Wells. 21st is Rob Malone. 22nd is Brent Sargent. 23rd is Donald Kendrick. 24th is Donald Powers. 25th is Jason Misner. 26th is Eric Peck. 27th is David J. Houghton. And 28th is Steve Buhala. Thank you for joining us on Intensity Broadcasting for FND Racing Tuesday night at Talladega Superspeedway. I'm Atlee Atman-Wees, and I hope you enjoyed tonight's race. Please like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook to see more racing action like this. Hope to see you next time, and I'm glad you enjoyed the race. Over and out.